peaceably to assemble. The government shall not abridge the right. This is Law and Society. Please subscribe. Today we're going to talk about your freedom to peaceably assemble and peaceful protest. Congress shall make no law abridging the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So we Americans have a right to peaceful protest that our government cannot take away from us. Remember that in these trying times. The concept of peaceful protest was enshrined in the American Constitution after its War of Independence against the British. 150 years before, Mahatma Gandhi of India used that concept of nonviolent non-cooperation and peaceful protest to defeat the British Empire. While our history remained marred by a violent civil war and other wars throughout our existence, a visionary and leader from halfway around the world put our constitutional edicts to practical use and sparked a new way to defeat tyranny. Through peace, through nonviolent non-cooperation and peaceful protest in the face of tyrannical brutality. Both our Constitution and Gandhi's practical application of power of peaceful protest then came back to America when Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and Rosa Parks led the way to peacefully defeat the demon of inequality. That struggle continues to this day. These prejudicial demons don't go away easily. We have to defend against them in each successive generation. From the US, this concept of peaceful protest went to South Africa, where Nelson Mandela defeated apartheid through peaceful and persistent protest. In the history of humanity, this concept of defeating evil by using peace traces back to Jesus Christ. His path of peace, fortitude, forgiveness, and sacrifice inspired millennia of human civilization to realize that violence and tyranny can only be overcome by peaceful and persistent protest. That philosophy laid the foundation for our founding fathers to take power of peaceful protest and vest it explicitly as a secular constitutional right that people have. At no point in American history has this right been more important than now. Humanity must move towards peace and away from war. That becomes ever more clear as the world sees the horrific realities of war plaguing innocent people. So when our government, that's constitutionally prohibited from stopping us from peacefully protesting, does exactly that, wielding our constitutional rights become ever more important. When Trump tells you to stop demonstrating or protesting, do not comply. It is your constitutional right to peacefully protest, and he cannot take that away from you. The only way through peaceful protest is the only way to defeat tyranny. When tyrants brutalize peaceful protesters like Renee Good and Alex Preddy, people see and viscerally feel it as a violation of their own rights to freely and peacefully protest. This does not, and historically has not, stopped people from coming out in protest. The opposite happens. This has historically empowered people to come forward and join peaceful protests and push back against tyranny. When tyranny's core objectives to dominate and subjugate become visual, it becomes real for people watching. It may provoke anger, but the feeling that persists beyond anger is the urge to reclaim that right. It is time for we the people to reclaim our constitutional rights. With Trump's regime ruling the country, thousands have been deprived of their constitutional due process rights. The only way to seek justice in the face of such oppression is through loud and peaceful protest. Trump's regime now plans on going after people who are organizing peaceful protests and other peaceful ways to inform the public about imminent danger of DHS brutality and disturbance. The only way to face that oppression is to speak out against it. When tyrants tell you to stop talking, they do so because they correctly fear the power of truth and the power of your voice, your individual voice. They fear that individual voices will join together and create a chorus of commonality that cannot be unheard or ignored. And their fear is very real because they know that if that chorus becomes loud enough and protests become big enough, they will lose their grip on power by the sheer force of public outcry. Trump fears this above all, to lose legitimacy. And in an attempt to preserve that legitimacy, his regime keeps doubling down on its lies and false narratives. But every time his regime brutalizes, kills, detains, and disappears, it inflames the American public even more, and his false narratives lose power. People see the truth, and it overwhelms any false narrative that may have kept many people disillusioned without any clear answers. So when you see the truth and hear the truth, believe your eyes and ears. When you see the videos of Renee Good and Alex Preddy's murders, multiple videos from multiple perspectives telling the same story, believe them. Understand that that could be the outcome if you dared to protest or exercise any one of your other constitutional rights. Is that the country you want to live in, where your safety depends on the whim of a police state that can disappear you at any time they want, where your government keeps your personal records on a database they can use at any time to find, arrest, and disappear you, where your government targets people based on those databases they compile while marauding through American streets and neighborhoods? Remember this: if your neighbors are not safe from an overarching regime, neither are you. Finally, and I cannot stress this enough, only your peaceful protests are constitutionally protected. If you spit at a federal agent, that is assault. If you kick federal vehicles, that's damaging federal property. If you even throw back tear gas canisters that they have deployed, you're assaulting federal agents. Do not take the bait of their incitements. Stick to your objective of peacefully protesting, no matter how they try to incite you and provoke you to react on impulse. Donald wants you to act out and be violent. That's why he keeps lying about the peaceful protests being violent. That's why he keeps spreading lies about Alex Preddy. He wants to change the narrative. Do not let him. He wants you to be violent so he can invoke the Insurrection Act. Don't give him that chance. Remain peaceful and protest relentlessly. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you soon.